Untold masses of humanity are teeming throughout the stars. In the grim darkness of the 41st millennium, there is only war.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to Fable Scraps' DoomLore, a 40k story. My name is Nicotine. I'm here today joined by a fantastic cast, and if you're listening to the show on podcasting apps such as Spotify or Stitcher, just know that you can find this show live on twitch.tv/FableScraps at 3 p.m. Pacific. That's 6 p.m. Eastern. The live audience here has the ability to affect the show in meaningful ways through the clever introduction of funds in exchange for fate points. Fate points are something our players may use to make re-rolls or gain information about a certain scene, etc. You can learn more about it by !coin in chat. Catch our VODs on YouTube and our social media presence at Twitter. All right. I think we're good. I think I'm ready. Everybody feel good?
Yeah, feeling good.
Feeling good?
Yeah.
All right, well, Ollie Rant, take it away.
Are we gonna introduce ourselves?
Gonna go introduce everybody, and we're gonna, if Ollie sounds good, let's get some ones in chat.
All right. Classic. I'm Ollie Rant, Twitch and Twitter. I do variety streams and D&D stuff. There's a D&D show on my channel on Wednesdays. And follow me on Twitter for news about my upcoming board game series.
Awesome. Thank you, Ollie. Next up is Lock the Raven. If Lock sounds good, let's get some twos in chat.
Hi, I'm Lock the Raven. I'm a variety streamer here on Twitch, and I also play Commander Herrick on Star Trek Loveless on Tuesdays on Fable Scraps as well. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at Lock the Raven, spelled like it sounds.
Lock has a number of fantastical characters that are some of the most...
Hey, go fuck yourself, Nicotine.
Go fuck yourself, gender-affirming toilet.
I don't know who that is.
Locke's most profitable character is King Gender-affirming toilet.
It's very good.
If next up is Lucid Fox. If Lucid sounds good, let's get some threes in chat.
Hello, my name is Lucid Fox. I'm actually currently writing a brand new D&D campaign featuring a brand new lich named Philip. So come by my channel and see that new campaign we're going to be working on soon.
Well, thank you so much, Lucid. That's great. If Lucid sounds good, look at the threes. Next up is Enovan. If Enovan sounds good, let's see some fours.
Hello there, I'm Enovan, streamer here on Twitch. Typically I stream roleplay games and some variety games as well. You can find me at twitch.tv/Enovan. That's ENEVUN.
Thank you, Enovan. My name is Nicotine. If I sound okay, let's get some fives in chat. I do a lot of roleplay on my own channel, twitch.tv/Nicotine. I recently made a sub goal on my stream for subscribers that allegedly said that I would do a My Little Pony Friendship is Magic one-shot, and that sub goal was allegedly smashed. So I not only have to do the one-shot, but I have to do a cosplay for it. So stay tuned for
A cosplay as well?
Stay tuned for Iron Steed's Friendship is Heresy. I think we're good. We're gonna be down one person today. Chelsea is busy. So, Alirant, take it away.
All right. Recently, your party has been investigating a series of murders on the Shrine World of Parsk. First, a completely pulped body in a very, very old tavern. Secondly, the body of an inquisitor. And now the body of a Sister Diologus, a members of the Sister of Battle, who specializes in researching texts. Basically like a librarian priest would be the best analogy. who actually had already done some work with her before, so finding out that she had died was quite a surprise. We join you in the Arbite Tower, in their morgue, where the sister dialogist is on a slab. Basically, the only thing that had been changed is that, no, her weapons weren't even on her, so yeah, she's just still there in armor, and you were starting to look over the corpse, and start doing your investigations. It's actually funny, because Erlene had a kind of CSI list of things to look at, but Erlene isn't here right now. So the rest of you will have to start doing this autopsy, basically, or garnering how much information you can already get. The things you've already checked is that she was basically killed from a stomach wound. Something pierced her power armor. Sisters of Battle wear power armor. As a sister dialogist, she was wearing robes over it, but it's still power armor. It's one step below what the Space Marines wear. And it's been torn open. Like, big hole in the belly. Yeah, what a way to die. That's mostly what you got last week from it so far. She also doesn't have her weapons other than a small chain blade, which is really, no much more than a backup weapon that is quite common, even on a planet like this. What kind of investigations would you guys want to do? The morgue is spacious, because not only does it deal with the Arbites themselves, who often die, but also victims and criminals. There's also a shrine built into the walls that is emanating a kind of clinical, medical scented incense all throughout the room. It kind of hangs on the cold metal tables and the floor. There are tools, if anyone wanted to use tools in this autopsy. And you do have Arbite Superior Warwick in the room, who informed you of this murder.
I see.
What would you like to do?
Well, since Erlene has stepped out for an IHO stick and never returned, I think I'd like to talk to Warwick for a moment. So, as far as I've got in my notes here, Warwick, I see that Sister Dialogist was found by some random passersby, killed by some sort of blunt force trauma in the torso, and there were signs of a struggle. What kind of weaponry could be consistent with this type of blunt force trauma?
Well, she was definitely shot, along with everything else. These are armor-piercing bullet wounds, but something I imagine created a crack in the armor that could then be blown open. I mean, we see this kind of death from shotguns occasionally, but it would be surprising for her to get into that sort of situation.
Were we able to recover any kind of forensics evidence, some sort of bullet casing from the scene?
The scene has been untouched, warded, but uninvestigated, because I imagined the servants of the Good Inquisitor would like to research it themselves. If you wouldn't, then I can get people on it.
Well, you have a very accurate imagination. We'll be visiting the scene next. Anyone else have any questions?
Are there rats there? We've had some problems
She
with
was
rats
found in the
lately.
market. There are rats in the market, both to eat and trying to find something to eat.
Right. Okay, we'll definitely have to be prepared then.
Yeah.
Gives you
We'll watch out for you. Don't
a
worry.
blank but disappointed look.
What? Rats are dangerous. You know, they're quite literally they get your eyes. If you're not careful.
Oh, there was another piece of information you got. Kaya sensed no psionic
Oh yeah, that's
presence
right. That's correct.
on the body
Hmm.
of any kind of lingering effects. That's important.
That's true. Yeah, we got We got no energy of the void surrounding her body.
Were there any personal effects recovered that were found on Sister Dialogist's body?
Warwick kind of straightens his stance. As a fully fledged member of the Adeptus Sororitas, she had with it a special issue bolter, or bolt gun, that was not found on her body. I imagine whoever killed it took it as a trophy.
Understood. Heretical. What,
And dangerous.
and dangerous. What about any kind of, artifacts she may have purchased at the market? Is there any shopping items she may have recovered from some kind of merchant there?
Everything on her is either here or still at the scene.
All right.
Well, if it was a market, surely some would have seen, right? Markets typically have a lot of people.
Right. I'd like to check Sister Dialogist's pockets.
Yeah, on the like pouches and things on the belt and throughout the armor, basic supplies have not been stolen. Ration packs, ink, little religious
There's some ink on
artifacts and
her.
things.
Can I examine the container to see if there's like an insignia or a sigil on it to determine maybe which vendor sold it to her?
That's smart. That's wicked smart. It would be a check, because everything in the 42nd millennium has a insignia and scripture on it. I think a scrutiny check would be fitting.
Okay.
But it'll just be a +0, no extra modifiers. 2 degrees of success. Yeah, you do. Well, it's not that you recognize it, but you can recognize maker's marks. Whoever sealed this, like this is fresh, it's unused. It's got like a wax seal on the lid of the ink bottle with a sigil on it, so you could match that to whoever's selling it.
Who's nearest me? Is it Ohm or Caius?
Probably both within arm's reach.
Just gonna nudge Ohm 13, just say, hey, Ohm, take a look at this. See if do you recognize this symbol?
We'll take a look at it, and his optical mechadendrite will come out and just do like a quick little.
Yeah, no, it's a maker's mark, which means unless you recognize the guild, and admittedly some like guilds are multiplanetary and date back a really, really long time. This is too ecclesiarchal for your histories, but it's still a recognizable symbol that you could track on other bottles if you had them.
Unfamiliar.
Show Caius.
Let's see, would I know anything about this, or would I?
Do you have a relevant lore skill? No.
That's probably
No, you
a
don't.
negative. I don't.
No. So really,
Okay.
oh god, I forgot that your intelligence is really bad, which makes sense. It
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
You don't.
Okay.
To you, you don't even see like the specifics of the symbol. It's a wax sealed bottle. It hasn't been used.
I don't know what the hell this is. Yeah.
Okay. Well, Inspector Warwick will be taking this as part of our investigation.
Of course.
What else do I find on her? I find the ink. Is there anything else that I might be able to identify a vendor with?
There's like rations, but the rations seem like they're from her organization, not that they were purchased here.
Sure.
And most of her other things seem like they're her things that she's had for a long time. The newest stuff would be that, like ink and quills and parchment, which all have the same
And there's
maker's mark if they
there's
have
no
a thing or-
receipt on her, like a scroll, a bill of
Oh
sale.
no. No.
Okay.
Which is a little odd because you met her. She kind of probably would be the kind of person to record that, but
Right. I'll just look at Warwick and kind of say, no bill of sale. There's no receipt here.
well, she might not have extended goods and services. I don't know exactly how she's been interfacing with the locals.
Well-
Some would see her and just simply gift her things.
Well, if she went to the market for items, she does seem like the kind of person who might want a receipt. Is she not?
Perhaps.
All right. Well, off we are to the market. Is there anything else we should know?
He shakes his head heavily and kind of motions to the body. He's like, "And we'll still be here for some time. We will peel her from the power suit and make sure her body is treated appropriately, and that the relic also goes into storage."
May she rest in everlasting glory. Thank you for your time. And Rice is just gonna lead the way out to the market.
Cool. Everyone come with?
Yep.
Yeah.
The market surrounds the Arbite Tower. Multiple floors. It's almost like in the space between the Arbite Tower and the surrounding buildings, the market has just grown very naturally, almost like a mold would, and or a fungus or something. There are ramshackle walkways, stairs, stalls. Some of the stalls are clearly mobile, like they have a wheel and like a generator. Some of them are a little bit longer. There's power cables that stretch between, sometimes leaching from the Arbite Tower itself, and its very domineering black rockcrete edifices. It's not as busy as you might expect, although none of you actually have much experience of busy planets, like highly populated planets. But when you were saying, oh, someone would clearly see something. No, it's not like it's the most bustling place in the world. It's actually not as busy as, say, some of the other places you've been in this city. But there is a constant motion of people and merchants and things like that. You did get the location of the crime scene. Do you want to head right there?
I'd like to, on the way, just sort of look to see if I see any inkwell vendors.
Yeah, you would. It's very close, actually, to the crime scene. The crime scene is within a little cubby. There's a lot of dark places. A lot of hidey holes. Areas that were left to vent steam or sewer pipes, things like that. And right by it is this vendor selling basically just assorted inks and also other things that you could make with, an ink worker's factory. So maybe some weapon oils and things like that. They are a cloaked figure. The cloak is of a pretty fine quality, like pretty fine imperial robes. And they're just sort of selling to people who look scholarly, right?
Sure. I think Yen might be the best one for this job. Hey Yen, I'm just gonna bend way down so I can get eye level with Yen.
Yeah.
Ian, I want you to take this ink bottle, and I need you to go over to that vendor and ask them if they sell this kind of ink, and if you can get some more.
Seems simple enough.
Okay. Don't
Are sure
lose,
there's nothing else we need to ask?
don't
Like, are we
lose
buying
this
some ink?
Don't lose this ink bottle. Just say, you've got a lot of things to write or something. Make something up. I don't know. You're good at that.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, what's my motivation here? Am I
Improvise.
like a
It's improvise.
scholar or
You're like a scholar. Yeah, like a scholar. Yeah, sure. You're like
All
a
right.
scholar. You have a lot of
scholar of orcs?
lot of receipts to write.
Yeah.
I sell a lot of stuff to orcs, and I need the receipts for it.
Well, okay. Well, maybe you don't sell a lot of stuff to orcs. Maybe you just,
Right. Oh, right.
maybe you
just
sell
receipts then. I just write
orc-related merchandise,
receipts.
like
Yeah.
orc plushies.
Orc-related
Novelty products.
merchandise.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. Okay. I think
Build
I
a
get
orc.
it. Build an orc.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Orcos.
Sure. Do not lose this. This is evidence for a crime.
Sure. I've got it, and I'll make sure I keep my full attention on it.
I will prosecute you to the full extent of the law if you do lose this.
Right. Where am I going again?
Right there, and I just point to the vendor.
Right.
Notably,
there.
the signs for the vendor are all in High Gothic.
Oh,
Just so you know.
so I can't read it.
You worked out it's an ink vendor because
Yeah.
you're not stupid.
Right.
But the specifics, the specifics about detail about the inks, because it goes into a lot of detail because it's 42nd millennium. That's all in High Gothic, so Yen can read it.
Okay. The ink
Right.
vendor.
Got it. So I want to ask for more of it. Do I want to ask if he sold it to anyone recently,
you
or?
want to ask if they sell this kind of ink in this kind of bottle,
Don't be
and
suspicious here.
if they do, can you
Alright.
get some more?
Right. Okay.
And
got it.
then see if they give you a receipt.
See if I can get a receipt. All right. Got it.
Okay.
That's it. Okay. Yeah. I get it. Okay. I think I can do this.
Okay, you got this.
All right.
Got this. What happens if I don't got this? Is it gonna be too bad, or how serious are the
You're
stakes
gonna do
here?
great.
You'll do fine. Let's not worry
Alright.
about that until you fail.
Sounds good to me. I'll try not to lose it. Okay. Yen would walk over there.
The merchant, the ink merchant, will immediately, realize that you're here to purchase, and would kind of open their arms wide, revealing their slightly blackened teeth as they smile. I see you're looking for something. What is it that you're searching for, my boy?
Yes, fine, Squire. I am looking for a specific type of ink. And I was wondering if you sold it here.
May I have a look? I can see it there.
Yes, here you go. Yeah, I've got a
Takes
lot
it
of
and
receipts
looks
to
it.
write.
From behind the hood, a little magnifying glass will snap forward over one eye, and he'll look. Yes, we do sell this one here. It is mostly an iron composite ink. Very
Right.
heavy duty work.
Do you think I could possibly get some more?
Oh yes, we have plenty of it on hand. It would be 300 thrones for a bottle of this size, which is not a very big bottle, bear in mind.
Right. 300 thrones.
Cool.
Bryce is just gonna, if Ian looks back, just gonna.
I don't think Yen has 300 thrones.
No, none of you have any thrones.
We don't have any.
No, none of you have any currency at all.
So in my line of work, we don't typically deal in typical currency. Do you take anything else?
You have
I may
credit.
take trade if the trade is appropriate.
Looks between Yen and Risa giving each other a thumbs up, and then looks down at his own hand and does a thumbs up, and then just sort of studies it for a minute, and then stops.
Trying to see what Yen's got. How about a grenade?
I am not a death dealer. The pen is mightier than the sword, and I deal in the pens.
No, hear me out here.
It's
Hear
my
me out here.
grandfather's grenade.
It's a stun grenade. So it's not violence. Say that you're getting robbed or something. You know, someone comes along, they're trying to steal your ink when, you know, you're trying to keep it yourself.
There was a
You could quickly
riot
just
here
pull?
4 years ago, and one of the Arbites threw a stun grenade at a boy, really, who was in the riots, and as it exploded, it shred his face apart.
So it's effective.
I would say he was stunned, yes. The riot did stop shortly thereafter.
Exactly.
looks like
I'm sure,
Risa,
you know,
yeah.
as a pursuer of the fine inks, you want to protect your inks. This is the perfect way to protect it and not harm the inks,
Well-
remember?
While Yen is bumbling, two heavily robed flagellants will bump into Ohm and Caius. They're dragging things behind them. It looks heavy. Almost like how you would see people like dragging like a cross, you know, as like a kind of like Christian
Yeah.
flagellant thing. It almost looks like something like that. Like it drags against the ground behind them, and like they bump into you both, and then they like don't move.
Risa notices this, right? And just kind of like,
Oh yeah, it's like it's loud.
Risa puts her hands on her belt and just kind of straightens up a little bit. Can we
How
help
we,
you, citizens?
How we doing, fellas?
They aren't looking at you. One, in fact, awareness checks. They're robed. It's hard to see their eye line.
Yeah.
Who would like to do that?
I'll do a little bit of that. I don't see anything.
You don't see shit.
I don't see anything either.
It's
I
also
don't know
dark.
what they're-
You know, I've mentioned that there are like street lights, but they don't carry that far. There is a heavy gloom over the place.
Hey, you know
like,
what? I'll just knock out a skill.
You're just gonna spend a fate
yeah.
point to get a high
Yeah,
awareness? Probably a good
Yeah,
choice, because as you feel maybe a sense of trepidation in your emotional circuits, you doubly check the sight lines of these two flagellants, and you see that one is looking at the crime scene, and that there is someone just hiding behind the edge of a kind of fortified part of the tower that it's in the shadow of. And they give like a small signal with a las pistol in their hand, and then both flagellants are just gonna heft eviscerators into a combat stance. Eviscerators are basically 5-foot-long chainswords. Very heavy, very hard to wield. I am going to send you to a battle map, and then you should roll initiative when you guys are ready.
Oh boy.
You are in the top left corner. It's a large
Has-
map, but we're only using a bit of it.
Has Yen noticed, or is he still bartering?
Oh, Yen's gonna notice. It depends on the initiative roll, really. Because, like, them, like, drawing their weapons, and they're huge, is noticeable. But maybe they'll, you know.
Yeah, I'll say Yen hasn't noticed yet. He's still trying to sell the stun grenades.
Definitely
Alright,
roll
well.
initiative, though.
Okay.
Well, they both have the same agility stat, so that's gonna be easy. Good initiative on Risa. Good initiative on Yen. Bad initiative on the
doesn't say-
enemies, which is a very common trait. For me. Okay. Yen, do you want to basically pass this turn saying you didn't notice, or do you want to notice and whip around?
I'm gonna.
Because the
I'm gonna-
merchant is still like talking to you. You're still having a conversation.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Yen hasn't noticed yet.
Cool. Risa, you would be ready to move before these guys even ready.
Is somebody gonna have a real bad day?
Us if they can get a hit in.
Yeah.
I would like to equip the shock mace.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's one half action.
Okay.
To ready it.
I'd like to use. Let's see. I think I'd like to use takedown on one of them. Is there one that's like? Do they both each have eviscerators?
They both each have eviscerators.
Okay, well maybe not takedown just yet.
Now that said, they are flagellants, and flagellants by nature are starved.
Yeah.
So like under the rope, like you can tell just being a combat specialist, like they are like very wiry under these quite heavy robes that they're wearing.
Okay.
The fact they're hefting them is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think I'm gonna try to do takedown on one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Preferably the one that's gonna kill me.
How does takedown work exactly?
Let's
Is it just you do the attack and then it's
when making a standard attack or charge action, the acolyte can declare that she is attempting a takedown. She then rolls to hit using weapon skill as normal, applying all regular modifiers for the attack action. If the character hits and would have done at least 1 point of damage after reduction for armor and toughness, no wounds are caused. Instead, the opponent must make a challenging toughness test or be stunned for 1 round and knocked prone.
right.
In addition, when performing the stun
That's a
action,
great idea.
the character does not suffer the normal negative 22 weapon skill. But I don't suffer that anyway because of bulging biceps.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So standard attack in melee with your shock mace. You just don't roll damage.
Okay. Let's see. Gear.
Now, one thing about these eviscerators, they are clearly kind of handmade. Like eviscerator is kind of like a title, right? They have a large kind of like almost like a blade wheel at the end, almost like a chain axe. It's like almost like a very heavy,
Oh no.
hodgepodge chain axe. But they're
Yeah, it's a giant
very,
chainsaw.
they're so awkward that it doesn't really come up. I was gonna say they're so awkward they have a hard time like parrying and entering like a proper like sword fight with you, but
I'm
they
absolutely.
managed to like
I'm
move
absolutely
just
gonna use a
enough.
fate point.
Oh,
to reroll.
okay. Hell yeah.
Okay. So I roll to hit, right?
Yeah,
And
roll
no
to hit.
aim.
You did the right thing.
Okay.
It's just you rolled badly.
Got it. What the hell?
That is the same degree of failure, rolling on 95, looking for a 50. Do you want to just take it?
Can't roll this bad 3 times in a row.
Yeah, I mean, can I use another fate point? I'll use another fate
You
point.
can use another fate
I'll
point.
use another fate
just
point.
You'll be low when you need them.
Okay.
Bear in mind that you can use fate points to immediately heal damage and recover from being stunned. Things that might be relevant in the combat.
Okay. No aim. Standard. No modifier. Whew.
Yeah.
That's more
we
like
go.
it.
Ah, okay. Great.
Hell yeah. Okay, so I now need to make a, what was it? Was it agility or toughness?
Toughness.
Toughness.
A difficult
Toughness with no
test?
modifier. Yeah, challenging, so 0 modifiers. And they're gonna fail. They're gonna really fail, rolling a 99.
Yeah.
So this one beside you, you can just like basically take the legs out and knock them down to the ground.
Sweep the leg.
So they're knocked down and stunned for a turn, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah, can I use a, do I have another action? I have like a half action still?
That's it. Those are both your actions.
Oh man,
Because you have to equip the weapon and then swing with it.
Alrighty. Well, that's it for me.
All right. Oh, before you really had a chance to react to this happening, Risa took action. and took this guy down to the ground.
So, the guy on the ground, he's basically a turtle right now. He's on his back, and he's just kind of...
He's on his back, wiry legs on show.
Yeah. Would it be possible for Ohm to take his eviscerator with his manipulator?
It would be a check. It would be a contested strength check, is how I'd roll it, and he would have -20, and you would have +20 because of using your eviscerator. So, it would be heavily weighed in your favor. So give me a strength check with a +20.
So let's just take that toy away from him.
Yeah. I'll give him a -10. -20 is much. Well, he had 1 degree of success, which is honestly surprising, getting a 22 on a 26. You had 1 degree of failure, unless you want to use a fate point to re-roll that to snatch it, or do you just like happy? Because this is only 1 half action. Actually, some might be more than that. Let me check. Oh, that's fine.
Well,
yeah.
Kind of, you know.
What are you thinking?
He is stunned for a turn, right?
Yes.
Can Ohm just put his head into, not crush it, but just put his manipulator on the dude's head then?
Just like
sort of hold him. Like
yeah, I'd allow that.
Vice it on either side, but he's not
I get you.
just sort of
it wouldn't be an
don't
attack.
You do it.
Yeah, it would be basically he would have to make a check to stand up. Is how I'd roll it when he recovers. I think that's a really fitting idea, actually. Just like this threat.
Yeah.
Cool. That flagellant isn't going to be able to attack. The one by Caius absolutely will.
Yeah. Maybe.
Big ups, buddy.
They are fairly slow moving. They kind of take a step back. They're muttering prayers under their breath. And they're actually going to take their aim action. And they're only going to attack once this turn. But they're going to have a big modifier on it.
Oh boy. Wait, so only one of them got knocked prone then?
Yeah, the other one got knocked prone. The one besides that bumped into you is totally A-okay to fight.
Oh boy.
They're going to hit.
Oh, beans.
Do you want to try and make a dodge?
Yeah, suppose I do.
Go ahead and roll dodge skill. See what you get.
That. Let's try
well,
that
that's
again.
5 degrees of failure right now.
Yeah, that's a weird dodge. Okay, listen. I'm taking the right path and gonna try to dodge twice here. Maybe we do one more fate point.
Oh, we're using all our fate early in the fight, huh?
Okay, all right. Okay, well, yeah.
Oh no,
that was gonna suck.
I even think this is like in character. The guy takes such a deliberate step back. It's like a Bloodborne or Dark Souls boss fight where you're like, I don't know which way they're going to attack. I'm trying to prepare for every situation. You even like try to move, but then it just does this sweeping strike.
Yeah.
The chain blade of the eviscerator is going to start digging into you, and it's gonna be a whole thing. Eviscerators are both tearing and razor sharp.
Cool.
All right, bud, we got the
which
pod. It'll be cool.
Is pretty rough.
Yeah.
So let me roll the damage first. The razor sharp means that the weapon, you just narrowly avoided the razor sharp penalty. If they had 3 degrees of success, it would have double weapon penetration. You just narrowly avoided that. They get to roll twice for damage and take the higher result.
Cool.
Well, if you didn't want to play today, we could have just,
So they'll do a 13 with a armor penetration of 9. The attack would have been against your, I believe that's one of your legs on 72.
Well, all right.
You ready for your new prosthetic, bud?
Yeah.
Yeah, right leg. That is 13 damage to the right leg.
Cool. What's this mean for me?
Well, let's check your armor real quick.
Fine.
Yeah.
I don't
Walk
think
it
your
off.
armor can take that. Your armor can't take that. You are going to immediately take 13 wounds. That actually puts you over your threshold,
Cool.
which means you're going to take critical damage. You can take
Alright,
rending
well.
damage to the leg, so Locke isn't wrong. You might lose it.
Yeah.
But it's only 1 point of critical damage.
It's all right. Flesh
Yeah.
is weak.
Yeah.
Flesh is
yeah.
weak.
Flesh is
You're
weak.
you're
yeah.
in good with the Mechanicus. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
So let me check on the chart what 1 point of critical damage to the leg does. And this is its full turn. It can't act again.
Yeah.
Rending damage to the leg. 1 point. You suffer 1 point of fatigue, but nothing else. He does basically the whole weight
Good.
of this
I'm
strike
tired.
just makes your body crunch in such a way. And don't get me wrong, the flesh of your leg is being just ballooned outwards in every direction. Blood is splattering all over the pavement. But you can still fight. You can take the pain. You might not even really feel it right because you're Caius. But
Yeah.
you are going to take a point of fatigue on top of 12 wounds and 1 critical damage.
We'll get you some orange slices. It'll be okay.
Get you some orange
Yeah.
slices. That's their turn. It's actually your turn next.
Yeah, it sure is.
Owie.
No,
it
no
sure is.
hesitation. Immediate. That's a hit.
Yeah.
Why did you set Yin on
hold
fire
up.
though?
So that's 18 damage. I imagine you get to find out if this boy's on fire. I'm very upset with this man. that just stabbed me.
One sec. I gotta get its stat block back up. Okay.
Yeah,
80
yeah.
points of damage. 18 points of damage.
He's
it
gonna be a
doesn't
scorch
get
mark
back
and a
up.
pair of shoes.
No, it doesn't get back up. It basically instantly burns to very little. Like they get the strike off on you, and then they are
I'm very
kind of
mad.
in
Yeah.
that second just a charred skeleton, and the rest of
Just
their body
bought
just
these
kind of
pants.
blows into the wind.
Yeah. So that's one half action, and then I guess I'll
Yep.
turn my gaze to someone else that needs it.
So there are
Caius.
3 other combatants.
Yeah.
There is
Caius just did the ligma balls and then blew that dude up.
Yeah. And
there's that one, and there's also 2 people up here who are brandishing las pistols. They're not really like gone into attack yet, but they're
yeah,
definitely
well,
involved.
my sight is red and blurry. I'm doing whatever's right in front of me, and it is definitely
Cool.
the guy that Ohm's
Yeah.
holding currently.
Go ahead and roll damage.
Yeah, that's 15 damage.
Oh, they'll take that.
Yeah.
Although with a 22 to hit, you set their arm on fire.
Yeah.
They'll take that, just barely. They need to. I think they automatically fail any checks to not set on fire because they're stunned. So
Yeah.
they're on fire, on the ground, still concussed. The fire's starting to spread like up the arm, almost like as the fire is trying to grab and pull itself along.
With Ohm's vice grip on their head.
Yeah, there's not really much they can do about it. And that's their turn. And this is when your attention is probably gone. Not only because of all that chaos, but
What
also
are you up
one
to,
person
buddy?
just like a step away from you is literally gonna yell out to everyone like, shit, they've got a pyromancer, and like will kind of ready their las pistol and just take aim at Caius.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez, that's
I
my
actually think they will take
pyromancer.
the aim action. That's going to be a miss, and that's their full turn. So there's going to be a crack of a las pistol shot kind of going over Caius's head. The other troop, and these guys are wearing just like cloaks and slightly enforced body armor. It's all kind of hidden, but not that hidden. Now you're in combat in them, you can definitely tell they're wearing body armor. This one is going to fire in semi-auto. Still aim, but semi-auto. Have a degree of success, could be another hit, but they're going to miss as well. So there's a couple of blasts of las fire all centered on Caius, but they just aren't hitting you.
Yeah.
Yen.
So anyway, I started blasting.
You've got to equip your weapons first.
I've got quick draw.
Yeah. Is it just
That's
free
right.
to do it?
I think so.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
free.
I mean, with a
Reaction
skill like
to
quick
draw
draw,
my
I hope
weapons.
so.
Yep, so I just pull out
It's
both
whether
my
it's free or
pistols.
whether you could do multiple things at once. But yeah, you literally can just guns ready.
It's my pyromancer. And I will start blasting at the one over there.
The one in the spooky corridor, sure.
Yeah.
They would have had cover from any other angle but this one. The only
Ha.
cover they have is some police tape.
So I'm gonna start blasting him.
Yeah, go ahead.
Where is it? So first it is hit. Aim, no aim. What range would you say this is? Short range?
What's the range of your gun?
Let me check. 20 meters.
Yeah, this is short range.
Short range. Standard attack.
I
No
was
modifier?
fighting in short range. I didn't add that modifier. It's fine, it didn't matter anyway.
Yeah.
Rip. Yep, that's a hit. Roll damage. 74, 47, so that's just a body shot.
Plus
11
3 to that as
damage,
well,
7
because of
damage.
the-
Plus 3,
Because I've got
math.
the
Okay,
what's it
so-
called? I've got mighty
Hot
shot.
shot.
Yeah, with the so it's funny because there's the like kind of like it's a shocking noise, but it's not very loud. It's not very dramatic. But then you have the hot shot las pistol just blast a beam of heat basically through this individual, and it's through their chest, and they have enough time to look down before they collapse.
Nice.
A smoking hole in their chest.
He's just a boy.
Oh jeez. I'm not I'm not done yet. I still got another shot.
Yeah. You sure do.
Yep.
No, do
I
not
shoot
shoot
through
into my
Ohm?
back,
Do
thank
I
you.
shoot
I don't
through
think you can
Ohm?
shoot through Ohm. It would be a hefty negative modifier.
You'd
'cause
better
Ohm
kill
is
him
like,
if you're gonna shoot
Oh,
him.
Ohm is a
If I had
is a
Ohm,
cone,
better kill me.
right? Ohm is a cone, and you can't really shoot through it if you're on the same plane.
One's a
as it.
solar
the thing with,
system.
like, yeah,
Ian.
the
Do
thing
you
with, like, a-
understand? You can't shoot through a solar system.
If you kill my prisoner, you will become my prisoner.
Alright, so I'm gonna move? I'm good to move, right?
You actually don't have any penalty to shoot this guy. In fact, I think you have a massive bonus. You're in a
Yes.
very rare situation where you can do a point blank shot.
Well, there's another guy?
He's
Yes,
right
there's
next
another
to
guy
you.
Just
beside
Ian.
you.
about see him. Like, he's very
It's very dark.
almost
It's very
invisible.
dark. You would only really see them because of the crack of Laz pistol fires, so you'd know they were there. The
Right.
point blank
Oh, well,
modifier
my
would
manners.
counteract the darkness.
I'm gonna blast.
So it would be a 0 modifier banger.
Oh,
So it'd
John,
be
I'm
point.
sorry.
Wait, is it point blank then?
It's
Oh.
add point blank, and then when it asks for a modifier, give yourself a minus 20.
Minus 20. Okay. Standard.
I forgot you were there.
Minus 20.
Still a shot. Still a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Plus 3 to that.
Plus 3.
That's
Still
7.
does some damage despite the yeah. This isn't the hot shot. This is a regular las pistol. It doesn't
But-
burn quite as hot, so this one does just take it.
Can I move?
So that was only one half action. Now you can spend a half action to move. Yeah.
Yep. And that means I can blast again.
Yeah, with one of your guns, right?
Yep. I know which one I'm blasting with. The one that just insta-killed someone.
Same modifiers as the last one. Yeah, that's funny. That's a funny like tabletop gameism. Ah yes, I will move so that I can shoot with the good gun. Yeah, absolutely. This guy's gonna become toast. He
Nice.
mathematically can't live this shot because of the weapon penetration.
Plus
it
3 to that as well.
is
Being
a shot
being
to one
alive
of his
is
legs, which is pretty great because basically you just blow the guy's leg off with the beam from the hotshot gun, and they like stumble, fall, and then hit the ground. Like their head basically cracks open.
Jesus
on the ground.
Christ.
Oh yeah.
Shot off a guy's penis.
Yeah.
Hey, we're good over here.
Nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
those were combatants, right?
Next is
Yeah,
Ricer
they're both
with
right.
the prisoner.
Oh yeah.
Somebody's about
To
to
be.
have a wonderful day.
He's already on fire.
He is on
Yes,
fire right now, and you know, based on you using a flamer and Kai's using a flamer, if you don't put the fire out, they will die on the
Yeah,
next turn.
Rice
Almost definitely.
is gonna scruff him, and while he's just in the air, gonna bat all the fire out.
Ohm's holding him.
Uh,
Oh well,
Yeah, but you know, Ohm could move the vice with Rice's movement. I think that's
He
quite
could.
fair. Oh,
It's funnier
Ohm
to think of
could,
Risa trying to
yes.
pick him up and the mechadendrite staying still, so she just like 75-degree angles the rest of his body with it.
Ohm 13, will you do the honors of lifting him up?
first I need to see if you need to make a check to put his fire out, because it's not that simple. But this is why we check the rules. They must make an agility check to not be set on fire. Once they are on fire, they are fucked. Okay, it will be a agility check from you.
Okay.
It's it would be a -20 if you were on fire. I would say it only has a -10 because you are basically putting the fire out on someone else.
Okay. That's just like rolling initiative, right?
The agility score. Actually,
Oh, there it is. I
above
see it.
that.
Okay.
Yeah,
You said -10.
yeah, -10 modifier.
Ugh.
It's failure right now, but you have another action.
Do you have any ability to extinguish this man? Does Ohm have like an extinguisher?
No,
They got a little
but
thing under the cloak.
so
Hey, Inspector Gadget, you got a
Ohm
fire
can
suppressor.
Ohm will attempt to acquiesce the request by lifting the man and then violently slamming him back down, trying to snuff out.
Is
You're
there
gonna snuff him, all right.
is there a pool or like a fountain anywhere around here?
There's a steam pipe right beside you.
Can we hold him?
Ah,
Up?
yeah, Steve.
Hold this man up to the steam. The
Steam's made of water.
steam. Just
Yeah.
not into the steam. Just enough to get him moist.
I'm just going to stare quizzically at Ryza for
Just
a
get him
moment. And
moist.
then just,
You have about 3 seconds before he burns to
this
death.
guy
What are you usually
wet.
doing?
yeah, he'll just lift him up.
All right, strength check to set the fire out. -10. So you are using your mechadendrite, so evens out to a +10.
Yeah.
The mechadendrite.
Yeah, no one gives a shit.
Yeah, the well,
Ohm
there is
bashes
a
his head
1
on the
in 6 chance that this guy actually lives this turn. There is a 1 in
Nice.
6 chance. So let me check that real quick. He's still alive. Poor sod
Nice.
is still alive. You hold him
Okay.
up to the steam. The steam is like starting to like boil other parts of their skin.
Yeah,
but the
that's
fire is still on their arm. Like you get the steam to like the face and the chest, but not the arm. The arm is also starting to flail because they're starting to recover from being stunned. They are still on fire, but are not deceased.
Okay, here you go. I'll put him out.
Thank you, Caius.
Okay.
Yeah, no worries. I was angry. They hurt me real bad. And
It's okay. He's still alive.
yeah. It
once-
wasn't. Hey, buddy, it wasn't your fault. Your friend hurt me. You didn't deserve that.
It's true.
Once this man is extinguished, I'm just gonna slap some manacles on him.
Yeah.
And
One arm is borderline skeletal,
uh-huh.
but yes. You have to set that manacle real small.
Yeah. I'm just gonna set some manacles down, and I'll try to tend to Caius's wounds.
Yeah, Caius's wounds are real brutal.
Yeah.
So I
You
guess
got
Elm's just gonna stand there
another one
holding
of
this
those
dude
fake
by his
knees,
head,
right?
right?
Yeah.
Oh, make sure he doesn't get away. We need him alive for questioning. Caius, let me take a look at that.
Yeah.
Elm very badly wants to go look at the eviscerator that's on the ground, though.
Can Risa just throw him the eviscerator?
You should probably not throw an eviscerator.
Yeah, they'd both still
Fiona.
be on the ground.
Oh, okay.
Like, rumbling.
Sure.
But yes, you can interact with those in a bit. It is a -20 first aid check, Medicaid check, to tend to Caius because he has a point of critical wound. That is counteracted by the medical kit, so it's just a flat 0.
Okay.
Is
Oh, son
that's
of a
really
bitch.
close. Getting a 13 when you
beans.
needed an 11. That's real rough.
Ugh.
You try to patch up the wound. The thing
Ooh,
is
wait a
that
second.
Caius...
So I have a skill point into Medicaid. Does that give me a checkpoint on the player sheet for Medicaid?
Yeah.
Okay, because I didn't roll with the checkpoint on it. I didn't have a checkpoint on it before.
Yeah, re-roll it then.
Okay.
That changes it a lot. You get a big
Oh,
debuff
well.
if you don't have the skill.
Yeah.
Oops. Okay.
Yeah.
Rip.
Right, that's
So
still a
you
failure.
healed his other leg is the problem.
It's real hard to get this working on Caius because Caius's body isn't reacting naturally. The wound isn't bleeding; it's festering immediately, like it had been there for days.
I see.
It does go down to the bone. You can kind of pack the area with gauze so it won't get worse while Caius is walking around.
Yeah, that's what
But
I'll
it
be
does
doing.
nothing to heal anything right now.
All right, that's fine. We're gonna go back to the Arbeitsfeier in just a moment. Caius, just hang in there, all right? We'll get you some medical attention in just a moment.
It's feeling great.
I want to just take the man from Ohm 13 and just you can relinquish the prisoner to me and tend to the eviscerators over there if you like. I saw you eyeing them with that mechadendrite.
We'll release the man immediately and then shuffle off to go.
Rice is just
Start
gonna
playing with some
scruff
new
him a little
toys.
bit. Well.
But yeah, the man is barely reacting. He's so in so much pain
Yeah.
that there's not very little consciousness.
No, this is what this man wants, right?
Right.
He just
Risa.
wants pain.
Yeah, Risa. You mind if I chat with our friend here?
Well, here's the thing, Caius, and I want to say this in this man's face so that he hears me. Here's the thing. We need to make sure that he stays alive.
Yeah.
Because
yeah,
we
yeah.
won't be giving him any kind of release from the eternal suffering that he will endure.
Sure.
His sentence will not end upon death. His sentence will be carried through for a millennia in service to the Emperor. So go ahead and ask your questions, Caius. But this
Yeah.
one lives.
I'm gonna bust out my excruciator kit, and we're gonna get some answers from my guy here.
I would say, just based on your knowledge, unless you pump this guy full of drugs, he's not he's just basically incapable of actually responding to you intelligently.
Oh
right
no,
now.
I got a little obscura that I can put him with. It'll calm him down.
Yeah, Obscura should work, right?
Yeah.
Don't we have access to some interrogation rooms in the Arbeitsfeier? And we're right there.
Oh yeah, you totally could.
Yeah.
You
yeah,
absolutely
makes
totally
sense.
could.
Caius, what if we do this? What if we take this man into custody, bring him to an interrogation chamber, and then have all the tools we need at our disposal.
Yeah, no, this sounds like it'll work.
Drugs to keep him alive. Tools to make the pain last. All right, let me go find Yen. Let's head to the
for
Arbeit
that-
Spire.
2 eviscerators. Hodgepodge to a degree, made on this planet, not on a Forge world. Like I said, 5-foot long chainswords. Have to be dual wielded by someone insane or strong. They do have a lot of religious symbolism on them. They are also they have been painted black. Whatever the original design on these weapons are, you can actually even like scratch the paint. It is the white and black, yellow and black chevrons that actually in the Imperium, the meaning has just kind of become almost religious to any kind of heavy machinery. It's very symbolic, but it's been painted black over that. There is purity seals. The purity seals are substandard. They're all referring to the planet. They're like referring to Pask over and over rather than typical Imperial Creed stuff. But the eviscerator weapons themselves are fine. You know, good enough quality. They are very large and would be... It would likely overburden you to carry them around. I don't know what your weight allowance is right now for extra stuff to carry around, but they're heavy.
How heavy are they a piece?
Yeah, I'm just checking that. It wasn't on my quick guide. How dare they? We might be surprised. They are... grenades, eviscerator, 15 kilograms each.
Owen could take one of them.
That's kind of what I thought. You could probably take the one that's in like a slightly higher quality.
Yeah.
Risa will be taking another one for evidence.
Yeah, sure. Like just like heft it.
Yeah.
Like hold it like a briefcase.
Yep.
Yen, is there anything else you wanted to do before everything cools down?
Wait, do we still need the ink?
We don't need the ink, Yen.
Yen would turn
Yeah,
to the
you
ink
did a
salesman.
great job, bud.
You just lost yourself a stun grenade.
You can check those bodies for identification, though, Yen.
Oh, yeah, I can see what they got. Yen would
Why
like
don't
rummage
you
see
give
if
me
he
an
can find
awareness
any.
check? Yeah, oh yeah.
Awareness.
Awareness check with a +10.
Awareness check plus 10.
The only kind of mild thing that would give any kind of penalty, which is why it's not a higher modifier, is you want to do it quickly. And this is a busy place.
I can't seem to find anything.
Check their other pocket, Yen. Maybe the other one?
Still 8.
There's
I think
two
I
of
may
them,
have
right?
shot through those pockets. You know, this
Yeah.
this pistol kind of
Maybe
like
check
melts
nature's
things.
pocket, yeah.
Okay. All right, well, come along. We're going to the Arbeit Spire. We have some questions to ask.
All right.
Okay,
Did you
some
see what I
torturing
did?
to do.
I got those guys.
You were
You did
very
great,
good,
bud.
Yen.
Really
Thank
proud
you.
of you.
Okay. It takes no time at all to have to get yourselves and this guy into an Arbeit interrogation room. They actually, you know, the chairs have needles built into them to microdose obscura to keep people lucid.
Yeah,
Lucid like
And-
thugs.
that's right.
I know. Can't use that word here. Can't use that word here. And you can basically enable that. There's like a pumping sound, and then the person
Yeah.
will just start screaming. I imagine you take some degree of the robes off. They are a fairly old human. They do actually look like they have a couple of not full cybernetics, but so often when sometimes had subdermal cybernetics, there are bolts in the left in the skin for easier maintenance and also interaction with other cybernetics.
We'll be
and they have them in the arms.
We'll be taking all of their clothes. They no longer own clothes. They
Yeah,
are
okay.
clothed
You
by
have a
our
naked-
largesse.
You have a fairly naked, fairly elderly, well, a fully naked, fairly elderly, wiry man with metal bolts in their arms.
Rice is gonna
Gray,
take her time
messy hair.
sealing up the clothes for evidence, just taking time while this man is screaming in pain.
Hell yeah.
Well, we're here. Do you have anything to say that might illuminate us as to why you took those actions at the market?
Would this guy respond other than just screaming? I think they would. But it's kind of hard to comprehend the exact words because you know when someone's screaming so hard so long, it's just kind of like all a raspy sound, but there's definitely like a message they kind of try to. It's very very devout, right? It's a fanatic devotion prayers in their screaming, but not like prayers of like mercy or whatever, but it sounds the right kind of angle.
All right. Well, as you know, citizen, the glory of the Emperor will not be beset by trivial things like language. His Eminence and his servants will reach into your mind and extract what we need, whether you comply or not.
You can give me an intimidation roll if you'd like. You would have a +10. One degree of success. They are going to swallow back the sobbing and screaming for a moment, and they will say, with a shaky voice, that you who come to our world speak of the glory of the Emperor. It is pathetic. I swore I stepped up to stop despots, off-worlder despots like you.
I see. Well, if I cannot convince a heretic, there are colleagues of mine who say it's impossible to reason with heretics, but I humbly like to disagree with my colleagues. I say there can be reasoning with heretics because heretics possess fear. I think you can be reasonable. And I think my friend Caius here is going to teach you to become reasonable.
Yeah, it's what's it, plus? I think it's a +20 here.
Here you go, Caius. All yours. Show him some
Yes.
reason.
Oh,
You start
shows
working
himself
at
some
this
reason.
guy.
hold
The-
on. Let's try that again. That was weird.
Okay.
Yeah. No, we're gonna do better on that.
One degree
There
of
you
success is much better.
Get your head in the game, Scooter.
Yeah. I'm
Now, this
blinded
would be
by
a
the
fairly
pain a little
typical-
bit, but I had to focus up.
Yeah. This would be a fairly typical interrogation room. You know, who wants to be inside? Who wants to be outside watching what's happening inside? Who wants to be outside not watching what's happening inside?
Holmes going to be tinkering with that eviscerator.
Mm-hmm.
Inside or outside? Inside or outside?
I think Yen would be outside.
Yeah, unless Ohm was specifically called in, he'll be
Cool.
outside.
That makes sense. even from outside the room is not soundproofed enough to stop screams. And the sharp sounds some of the tools of the Eviscerator kit make. It is a very useful combination of tools that are made to elicit pain but not kill, and keep people alive so that you can keep on asking them questions. Eventually, the flagellant will utter out only on 1 degree of success, so they will utter out, it's like, I was just being paid! I'm just a mercenary! We all are!
Yeah.
Paid by
See, you told my friend here that you're on some noble or righteous cause. It seems like you're just motivated by money, like everyone else. I need you to tell me who paid you now and what they look like.
That's going to be another check. You can either do another interrogation tool with the tools, or another.
I'll pull out my old twisty, rusted iron fingernail device. Jesus Christ!
Not doing well today.
Yeah,
Can Risa assist in this interrogation?
Yeah, you can step up if you want.
You can give me your own intimidation checks if you want.
Intimidation or interrogation?
Yeah, whichever. Depends on how much
Intimidation,
gold
whatever
you're
you
getting.
like.
Yeah, I know. Whatever. Whatever.
See, look, you're already learning reason. Why stop now? Is that plus 10?
Yes. They maybe it's a little bit of obscura. Maybe it's that they are clearly a flagellant. But they can handle it. They stop talking other than prayers to the Emperor. And they kind of just sort of close up on themselves, focusing on that. Based on all you've already done, because this is you've been doing this for like half an hour. How injured they are at this point. Their fire damaged arm has like melted to the chair. They will die when they're pulled out, almost definitely. There's anything you would do to push them further with what you have right now would get nothing or kill them.
Wait, can
if you
I look inside his mind?
You can look inside his mind. Absolutely.
Alright.
If you roll, if it works well enough, you can get information, right? So.
Yeah. Let's do a little bit of that. Yeah, there we go.
That's a success. They need to make a willpower check in response, right?
They do.
Okay.
Makes a willpower save.
Just a +0, right?
Yep.
I don't even give them a minus modifier because they are dying. And the funny thing is, if I didn't give them that bonus modifier, they would have just made it. I'm getting a 38 on an 18. So you succeed. They have 2 degrees of failure. What does that give you when you use telepathically?
Nothing. I can read their mind if they fail.
Cool. How far into that can you go? Because of course, right now they're just praying and focusing on on their prayers. You know what I mean?
I can just read their thoughts. That's the whole thing of
The
it.
Emperor cannot hear the prayers of heretics.
Yeah, I can just reach in and figure out what they're on. So
it would be very different if you
them
could
who
see
sent them.
memories.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is definitely clear, and from the way they're praying, it is very much this slightly twisted version of the Imperial faith that's being worshipped on Pask right now. yeah, he's praying to the Emperor to help him, but at the same time he's praying to the fields of past. He's seeing the country and the planet in his mind, not Holy Terror, not the shrines there or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's straight up heresy, the way that they're doing it, but it's giving him some kind of comfort.
These guys are real heretics, Risa.
Well, that much is known. Can I look through his personal effects, kind of in front of him?
Yeah. How intently? Do you want to just do it as a show, or do you want to actually like really?
Actually, we do want to look at them. I want to take them out and just make it apparent that his things are mine now.
Awareness or scrutiny check?
Let's see, scrutiny.
Four degrees of success. You find on their person in the robes a small slip. A script, really. A script used by mercenaries. This is from a group called the Black Hand. There's like basically denominations of payment and stuff on there. But it doesn't give you detail about where this organization is based or anything like that. But it's valuable intel for sure right now.
All right. Anything else?
The rest of the things are very bare.
Okay. I'm just gonna hold this up and just say, you should know that what you're experiencing right now, your friends too will also experience shortly. I want you to know that before you pass on.
Caius, can you give me a willpower check with -10?
Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah. Well,
Cool.
that's about right for my rolls today.
Yeah. Your telepathic connection is only very short. It only lasts seconds. Doesn't linger long enough to see any reaction you would have to this. They will kind of crunch up as much as they can in the chair, which pulls at their it would be probably 6th degree burns at this point, because it does go higher than 3. And would just kind of laugh like, they are more than ready for whatever reckoning you think you could bring to them. They've been waiting for it.
Well, we'll make sure they suffer like you. Alone, in the basement of a spire where nobody cares what you think. I think we're done with this one. You care for another pet?
We'll look up from the eviscerator that he's been meticulously cleaning and going over, tightening, adjusting.
Restoring it to its former glory kind of thing.
Yep. And we'll get up and make his way over. And given the man's state, I don't need to do a strength check or anything to move him if I wanted to, right? I'm not going to lift him out of the chair. The hard thing would be
keeping him alive. If you lift him out of the chair, he dies, which makes him...
Yeah, no, but to just manipulate him in the chair, I don't need a strength test.
Yeah, that's effortless. He can't really fight back.
Yeah, so Ohm will just reach out and take him by the forehead and just sort of push him back and begin to examine him. And his optical mechadendrite will just sort of give him a once or twice over with its various
Yeah, give
arrays.
me a Medicaid check with a +0.
Oh, I don't even need to make a check. It's just going to. It's a foregone conclusion, though, from the way you've described him and that he already looks. And
Oh yeah, for sure. If you want to make a check to see anything specific,
No,
you don't need to.
no.
If you don't want to.
no,
Cool.
it's just for flavor here.
Yeah, cool. I getcha.
And then, still holding the guy, like basically he's got his palm on the dude's forehead, keeping his head back on the. He'll turn to Risa.
He is inadequate.
You see that?
Recommend disposal.
Even the Mechanicus thinks you're inadequate.
His flesh is weak.
So is the mind. Alright. Well. Farewell. Whatever your name is.
Okay.
Ohm will pull
think
his hand back off of him, and then actually like study his hand a moment and just sort of. He's been dirtied, so he'll excuse himself and go back to his the eviscerator.
I think with that, with your interrogation of this flagellant over, excellent place to take a little break.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, Ollie. We'll be back after these short messages with the second half of DoomLore, a 40K story, right after this. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the second half of DoomLore, a 40k story. I want to give a very special thank you to those of you who have subscribed, Chillbet and Galastar. You're all super sweet. If you're listening to this show on podcasting apps such as Spotify or Stitcher, or watching our VODs on YouTube, know that we record this show live every Friday at 3 p.m. Pacific. That's 6 p.m. Eastern, here at twitch.tv/FableScraps. You can follow our social media presence at twitter.com/FableScraps or at fablescraps.com/Discord, where you can talk about the show, post memes, hang out, meet friends who are also interested in tabletop. Now, without further ado, let's get back into DoomLore, a 40k story.
So, the Flagellant is dead. You gathered some intelligence from them, though admittedly not much. Not sure how much they actually even knew. But it definitely wasn't a random attack on you. That's for sure. What would you guys like to do next? You're still in the little interrogation dungeon of the Arbite Tower.
Yeah, I would like to talk to the Warwick, what is his title? The head Arbite?
Arbite Superior.
I would like to talk
That's
to the
funny
Arbite
too, because
Superior.
he enters the room.
Greetings.
And he puts his hands on his hips. The ceramite of the armor kind of crunches together.
I know what it looks like.
I see another citizen dead at your hand.
Well, it couldn't have been helped. This particular citizen was a heretic of the worst degree.
I'm just going to gesture at my leg and be like, hey, he started it.
He attempted to attack us from a unknown position in the middle of the market. And if we didn't want to end up like Sister Diologist on the slab out there, it was the only thing we could do. We brought him here for questioning. Unfortunately, he was rather unwilling to divulge much. However, we were able to recover this. I don't want to show him the script from the organization and just say, I'd like to know if there are any other fugitives or ne'er-do-wells who are currently incarcerated or associated with this organization.
I don't think so.
Have you heard of this organization before?
No, but I wouldn't be surprised with the orcs. Mercenary companies are increasing in number.
Can I tell if he's lying?
Yeah, that would be a check. Funnily enough, that is, I believe, a scrutiny check to tell when someone's lying.
69. Nah, nice.
Nice.
Nice, but not nice. Yeah, if he... Who knows, right? Who knows what he's saying? You do already know not necessarily to trust him too much.
Right.
Yeah. Can I do a little... Can I poke into his mind?
You can give a
Can
check.
I see if he's lying?
Yes.
Hell yeah. Oh, man. Come on. Listen, Rolls. We've had a time today, haven't we? But, let me just,
Just one time for Daddy.
Okay,
Aw.
well... I don't know what the hell's going
Well,
on.
it's an opposed check.
Yeah,
It
You
is
might roll
possible for
99,
him
you're
to-
right.
Nah.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, right.
You try to manifest your powers, but you're feeling too weak,
Yeah,
too drained.
The dice is very aware that I'm injured.
These
they know.
these citizens were carrying some rather interesting weaponry. Is this normal for flagellants in this market here to openly carry eviscerators?
It's not common, but some priests wield them.
See.
It would be something you'd more expect to see on a ritual in a higher part of a city than the market, but perhaps if they were on some kind of pilgrimage march through the city and you got in their way, I wouldn't be surprised if they acted violently.
Well, I doubt that these citizens were acting out of some sort of misguided heretical belief structure. I think they were paid, and I'd like to know who paid them. Where do you recommend we start with this organization? Is there a database here we may access?
There is. The sister dialogist was working on it as much as they could. If you put in what information you have, you might be able to garner some information.
Let's see.
Just because I don't know about it doesn't mean that it hasn't been encountered by other Arbites. It may just be deemed too petty to be sent up the chain to someone as important as me.
Additionally, we may need some emergency medical service for one of our number here. Just gonna gesture over to Caius.
He looks at it, sees the attempt you've made to patch it up. The only thing that will do him any help now would be long rest until sometime. If you want to keep on the move, there's nothing we can do for him.
I see. Alright, well, let's return to our facility. And OM13, perhaps you can see to downloading whatever resources the Arbite Spire may have on this organization.
Do you have a data pad?
I'm sure we can find our way to requisitioning one.
That would make the task much easier.
Alright. Well, let's get that downloaded and Caius to bed.
So, you actually know the data tower to input to interface with because you've did it before.
Mm-hmm.
Can you go ahead and give me a tech use check with a? I'll give you +10 because you did go through this whole thing before. It was just nothing of interest then, so you know the language it's written in. You know the data layouts and stuff. Two degrees of success. You can garner a little bit of information about the Black Hand organization on this, and download it onto a data slate. There is no base of operations known, but they are known to be a mercenary company that's fairly recent. Fairly recently formed. Most of the encounters with them have been non-violent. There's no sort of major connections here to anything. It's not like they've been caught up doing a murder yet. There definitely seem to be a sort of mercenary company that keeps underground and keeps a lot of information. It's a lot more that they've been trying to solicit information from Arbites, or maybe even work from Arbites, as some mercenaries do, than any of the operations they've done in the city of Gurden noticed, at least.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, Ohm will collect that and then hand the data slate over to Risa, and I guess once again heft up the eviscerator with his mechadendrite and plod along back to the camp.
Shall we? Where's Yan? Yan?
Over here.
Oh, there you are.
Hello.
You okay? Need a snack?
No, I'm doing all right. You know, so one of the bars left after the rat attack.
The rat attack?
Just kind of been nibbling on that.
Oh, that feels like a lifetime
Hey.
ago.
You know,
All right, well, come on. We'll
Okay.
make our way back.
by then it is late. It's been a long day. You've done quite a lot. What is it that any of you would like to do before you kind of head in and rest for the night? Caius, this rest will be a chance for you to remove that critical wound.
Yeah.
Um,
What do I
Give me a
do? What do I do for that?
It will. I'll get it out for you. What does everyone else
Okay.
want to do first?
I just want to resupply, maybe head to the medical facility and get more rations to replenish my ration supply and replenish my Medicaid kit.
Yep, all of that's fine. You basically get every time you visit your little home base pod
Sure.
a brick of gelatinous rations, and your med kit can easily be resupplied.
Sure. Yeah, and
So
a flamer fuel if I need it.
I think you're still good on flamer fuel.
Yeah, I don't think
your
I don't think
tank's
I've
been
used any yet.
full,
Yeah. Okay.
and I don't think it's been used since.
Can I swing by the armory actually and show them my shock maul and ask if there's any way they could improve it?
No, not really. Is the answer. A shock maul is kind of a perfect thing. Without getting into techno heresy.
Sure.
There is the shock whip, which is just a different thing.
Put some sick
You might
flames
not be
on
able to
it.
get a
You know.
hold of it. But other than that, I don't even think there's many weapon mods that would help you that much.
Okay.
There might be. There's like a thing where you can personalize your weapon so that you're better at using it, but everyone else is worse. I'll see if you can get that for the shock maul. I just want to check Caius's thing first.
Okay.
Get an ergonomic grip, you know.
Barring any of that,
Basically.
I want to get anything I can get to assist Caius's recovery.
Oh, the Imperial Guard have nothing better than the Mechanicus drop pod that you are operating in.
Okay.
It's not state of the art or anything, but it is a fully decked out medical facility that was dropped in from orbit. The
It might be
Imperial
better than
Guard
what they
medics don't have anything of that quality at all, nor a permanent chirurgeon who can tend to Caius's wounds.
Or 1%ing it next to the Imperial Guard camp.
Yeah, basically. Heavily critical wounds. Okay. It's a challenging toughness check, Caius, that you're taking over this night.
Yeah, okay. 1 second. Toughness.
Yeah, no modifier.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't recover from that critical wound over the night.
Yeah.
Nor do you recover from any of your others, because you have to remove that critical wound first. Other than if you use fate points to repair those wounds, but your fate
I
points
got
can't cure
one
critical
fate point
wounds.
left.
So bear in mind, if you use a fate point, that critical wound will linger, and the more critical wounds you have, the more chance you have of dying. Straight up.
Yeah.
From any attack. You could get shot by a las pistol right now and just collapse.
Sure. Yeah. Am I gonna get a chance to rest? Should I try to re-roll this, or am I gonna get a chance to rest later?
This is the night. Like, you spent the whole night resting. It depends whether the party wants to get done doing things in the next day, right? I don't know what your plan is.
Sure.
I'm certainly
We'll
not.
study. Go ahead.
I'm certainly not comfortable with Caius in this condition. I think it'd be an appropriate time to study, to research our database for anything related to these mercenaries, why they would have contracted heretics to exact their needs. But I'm willing to wait for Caius to heal before flinging Caius back into conflict.
So, Ohm will spend the better part of the night resting, as Ohm knows how, which is restoring an eviscerator that They
Mhm.
took off a badly burned man. They'll remove the purity seals. They'll weld off or scour off any of the ridiculous filigree that's been put onto it.
Yeah.
Sand off the, it'll basically restore it to
Sand off the penis?
Yeah, sand
Yeah.
off the penis.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It was weird that was the handle for it.
Yeah. He was. We don't pretend. We don't
It's
know
a
their
heresy.
ways, Caius. We don't know their ways.
these heretics are wild. I've been saying it.
The leather harnesses were strange, but it's not our place to judge.
I'm just
But,
confused about the hot pants.
Yeah, I thought it was weird when they attacked us and they tore off their pants with tearaway pants first. That was strange.
They had "Are you nasty" across the back of them.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna make a roll.
Are you heretical?
Because Caius, actually, you have been being taken care to by the Chirurgian who operates within the space. They
Nice.
didn't roll well enough to heal you anything.
He's
so don't worry
drunk.
about it.
Okay, he's.
Yeah.
Wait, did they,
Chirurgian
But-
did one cool thing, and it was remove Ohm's skull. And ever since then, he's just...
Unless Chirurgian's not
fucking
helping me?
partying it.
Listen.
Well, he is. It's just not actually... You don't... Your body doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
It takes a long time for them to repair. And actually, funny thing, you haven't even recovered your fatigue points until
Yeah.
like the very early morning because of how shitty your body is, right? Like
Yeah.
you're just hard to work on.
I know, that
Um,
makes sense. My body is, trash.
I'm a trash man.
Yeah.
So, is there anything you'd like to
Garbage.
do other than work on the Eviscerator? Because you've got a day, essentially.
Yeah. Once that's done, he'll actually pass it off to one of the other Mechanicus that are attached to the ship,
Mm-hmm.
just to, you take this. And while he's watching the Chirurgeon work on Caius, he'll just sort of look at Caius and just sort of.
Why not remove it?
I mean, I'm not opposed to getting like a robot leg. If it's
This
available.
flesh will not heal the same.
Yeah. I feel like you might be right. Can I look in while they're patching me up over the course of time? Can I look into getting a robot leg?
You can look into getting a cybernetic bionic leg.
Yeah.
Now, by default, a robotic cybernetic leg will just be a replacement, and it will take basically a random amount of time to be installed. So I won't roll it yet. Now, if you wanted someone to make influence checks on your behalf, you might be able to get a leg of better quality.
Ooh. Well, anybody got some particularly decent influence?
Ohm has good influence, and I would even give him a +10 because he just gave in that Eviscerator.
Yeah. You'd know what a good replacement would look like for my flesh. I trust you to find something fitting.
Correct.
Scarce check. Scarce is a... So it's a flat roll, flat influence roll, with the way the modifiers roll out. You have a bonus, but it's also a scarce thing. But you have a bonus to acquiring cybernetics as well. How much is that? +10 or 20?
Let's see.
Actually, I think I may have already encountered it. Is it +20?
It just ratchets it to an easier, 2 levels.
Yeah, I've
easier.
basically counted that in actually already.
Yeah.
Kind of by accident. Because you're looking for a higher quality bionic leg / legs. You kind of need to go for both. but we'll worry about
We're
that
not,
when
he's
Caius
not
wakes
telling
up.
Caius that right now.
Ooh,
Yeah.
A robot bottom. Yeah.
Okay, so influence.
Bottom.
Milady. Influence flat 0. Everything rolls into itself and causes to be just a perfect 0.
All right. Oh, nope.
That's a failure right now, but it is a 69, so it's nice. but
Nice.
A failure right now. Would you like to re-roll that?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Nice.
Ooh, much better.
That's way better. Okay. It was worth
Can you
asking
find two
around.
pairs.
Like trying to
A
get secondhand
backup
shoes.
pair for when Yen does something dumb.
Oh no, fuck that. Ohm's getting robot legs.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
That would be a separate check
Yeah.
in the future.
Oh no,
But it
this
would
was
be
for
kinda
Ohm.
cute if
Caius
you-
comes after this.
Well, either way, you're gonna get some robotic legs. That you can give to whoever, I suppose. You can give the gift that keeps on giving, a pair of cybernetic legs. As you complete asks around the ship, there is the semi set up Mechanicus camp in the Imperial Guard camp. Something is very evident. These are explorators. They wield Skitarii. Skitarii have very high quality bionic enhancements on their legs that allow them to march and sprint indefinitely. You can get basically a set of Skitarii legs and the various other ritualistic elements involved in installing them. They would be good quality, which gives you bonus to agility checks when sprinting and running, as well as the sprint talent to whoever's installed it. Who is getting the legs?
Uh-huh.
Oh, you know, Lucid, I like you, buddy, but these are pretty good.
Listen. You'll have your chance for robot legs.
Actually, would know they are Skitarii legs, and thus, I think would consider them more not what a tech priest would use, because this is for these are like foot soldier legs, basically.
They are for honored foot soldiers, but foot soldiers.
Yeah. So Ohm will take them and return to Caius and
That's
discuss with the
that's a pair of legs. I just need to replace the one, buddy.
You will replace both.
Yeah. I mean,
You
all right.
will have the honor of walking with legs made of strong steel.
That's fair.
You
Christ, this is really
will
fighting for
not
his legs.
receive anesthetic or painkiller for this procedure.
Nah, I'm good. I'm good without it. We're cool on that.
It will be challenging.
Yeah. All right. Let's get to it then.
All the threats is like, let's just put me under or not. Let's just start. Let's see. It's a random amount. 5 days. 5 days
Nice.
is actually quite fitting for this surgery.
Yeah.
So, as basically a whole area of this this medical pod, which you spend a lot of time in, will close up with that like the plastic film that like you can walk through, but you got to push it. But it also seals up. There's red light, and blade gonna start whirring, and the limbs are gonna start being removed. This operation is going to take 5 days. I think you are semi-busy throughout some of that because you did have to get the legs and things, so I won't give you a full 5 days of like downtime.
Well,
Risa and Caius is stuck.
Hell yeah.
yeah.
Getting installed, so
I
Chill.
would say during the 5 days, Ohm's probably going to be doing various incantation and dogmatic chanting and,
yeah. That's what I was
Things of-
thinking.
things of that nature.
Showing the ritual the appropriate respect and making sure that the
However, Ohm is
strength of steel
quite
binds
pleased.
appropriately.
Ohm is quite pleased that the party is seeing the folly of flesh and
Yeah.
becoming more amenable.
Risa and Yen, you now have basically a week of downtime now that the surgery has begun,
All right.
and counting the day beforehand. What is it you guys would like to do?
Well, go ahead. You can go first, Ian.
I'm not too sure what Ian would do.
Ohm makes Ian watch.
Well, I know what I would want to do. I'm going to study the documents for this organization. It's Black Hand.
Yeah.
But additionally, I'm going to look for any kind of. So I would be looking for a medical professional, or like maybe the Arbites have on staff, like a special priest who can hear dark thoughts, to help try to reduce some of my insanity.
Yeah.
Like a
We
chaplain.
can make a check for that. Yeah. You could talk with your chaplain. Let's first give you a check for going over these notes, because now you've got the data slate, and you've also got other information that you've gathered through the weeks you've been here.
Sure.
Why don't you give me a logic check? It's gonna have a +10. Actually.
Oof.
That's 4 degrees of failure.
Mm-hmm. I think I'll just hand these notes over to Ohm. I haven't read
Yeah,
some of these
whatever
words. I've
you-
never seen some of these words before.
There are like picked captures
Mm-hmm.
of some
There's
of their
pictures.
Oh, there's
their
pictures.
meetings and things,
Oh, good.
but the pictures are, they're not helping.
Okay.
They're
There's too
not
many
helping
words,
at
too
all.
few pictures.
Is basically going to be glued to a spot on the floor for the entirety of Caius's operation. This is
Mm.
tantamount to someone receiving a high honor outside of the Mechanicus to him.
Yeah, for sure.
However, Rice's favorite servo skull will just sort of bumble around, and while she's trying to read the notes, it will turn one right side up for her while she's looking at it. And
I'm starting to become a little more comfortable with the servo skull.
yeah, you should.
It'll
I-
happen to all of you eventually.
I kind of appreciate that it did that, and that Ohm didn't see.
Oh, he did though.
No, I know he did, but I know he did. But in character, Rice is just like, wow, I'm glad Ohm didn't see that.
Yeah.
Just the satellite.
Okay.
Oh, and then also
after that,
the chaplain.
Could I send
wanna
the
make a roll,
servo
Ohm?
skull? Well, yeah. Could I send the servo skull off to do some reconnoitering for some of the things that Ohm would like to maybe install on himself?
yeah, for sure. I would allow that. Let's first do Rice's chaplain thing. Because that would be Rice kind of like leaving for several days.
Yeah,
And,
totally.
I would love for you to make for me I think it's an influence check with a +20.
Influence plus 20. Oh.
You do spend a couple of days at the Arbite Tower.
Mm-hmm.
You think that they might have someone that could calm your nerves. And they do. But you quickly get that gnawing anxiety that the words this Arbite might be spreading might be heretical in their own nature, for you know that there are heretics among the Arbites. You only have brief ideas on who to trust, and you would probably end up spending more time with them. The subjugators,
Yeah.
their like armory and stuff like that.
The SWAT team.
Yeah, they're heavy weapons guy SWAT team. Yeah.
So if I do end up spending some time with the SWAT team, do I get any kind of... Do they teach me anything, or can they show me any cool thing?
I think right now it's more of a relaxing thing.
Okay.
Right? You came here to relax, and you would be probably taught some like very basic stuff. Like you'd be taught how if you were wielding one of their hand cannons, which you aren't because you can't shoot them for shit. Yeah, like how you would draw it in the way that they do based on their armor and stuff like that.
Yeah, sure.
But other than that, you would mostly be relaxing. You know, a couple of beers with the subjugators, maybe some games. It eats away the anxiety somewhat, but also more anxieties build in their own ways. So you're not gonna lose any intelligence. You're not gonna lose any intelligence score.
Oh, good.
You're
I don't
not
have
gonna
that
lose
much
any
to spare.
insanity score either.
Okay.
Don't make any bargains with Euron. He'll eat them up. So, Yen. Ricer is gone for a couple of days to go hang out with the big boys, quite literally.
I feel like Yen's gonna take a rat defense course at the Learning Annex, right?
Well, it's actually related to that. After seeing what happened to Caius and what happened up in the roof with the rats, Yen wants to try and find some proper leg protection.
Nice.
Yeah? What armor are you wearing right now?
I believe it
Your cloak, right?
is... Yeah, mesh cloak.
The mesh cloak. The mesh cloak does give you pretty good leg armor,
Yeah, it's not
but you can get better. It will be an influence check with a minus 20 to get better. Because like the first thing you check would be the Imperial Guard armor. It's not better. Your mesh cloak was something that you that came with you from your rogue trader. Well, that was impossible. It would have been an impossible check anyway.
Oh yeah.
You did roll well, but it couldn't have happened. Other than I think. You're looking around a camp. You're asking the questions, people. They don't have anything better for you. And even if they did, you wouldn't be getting it. Higher quality armor would be carapace armor or Tempestus armor in some cases, which is essentially the kind of armor that the Rice is wearing. You can get just the leg pieces. It's easier than getting the full suit, but it just isn't something you can get even from the military guys, independent merchants, and Mechanicus members. When you go around asking, you don't really get much.
So instead of that, is there anything I could get to help with, like, weight and whatnot?
Like carry weight.
Yeah, like carry weight. Like
I
would
thought Yen
rucksacks
was
help
about to
with
go
that?
on keto for a second.
That's a good question.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't think there is a basic item you can get to upgrade your
Only
carry weight.
strength,
But let me
isn't
just
it?
check real quick.
Some
Strength and
bionic
toughness, I
legs would
think.
help spread that load out, buddy.
Yeah, that's right.
And some bionic arms and a bionic chest. Bionic head.
Yeah, what do you think Ohm's about, man?
Oh yeah.
Everything. So which cybernetic would you want? everyone. Each one. Yeah,
No
there's nothing
more
really.
flesh.
It's kind of like assumed in this system, a bit like D&D 5e, that you are carrying things in pouches and bags. It's just how much can you carry. Now, that said, you could hire someone to carry things for you. You could
There's just some storage.
give some of your items to Rycer or Ohm. You know, there are options.
Oh,
Well, if you give them to Ohm, they're not coming back. But actually, you're actually wearing a backpack right now. Your hotshot las pistol has like this power pack that's kind of high on your back. And I imagine you
monkey
have
tail backpack.
the rest of your backpack is like under it, like military style.
All his stuff
bags
is
and
always
things.
hot.
Yeah, if you put a ration pack in the right place, it gets just a little gooey, like a slightly warm Mars bar.
I guess I would check if Ohm would be interested in a shock maul and a compact las pistol, because I'm not really using those two at the moment. And I got no real use for them now that I've got the hot shot.
Are they like? They're just.
They're just
Nothing,
regular.
In fact,
They're
the
nothing.
compact las pistol is very warm. That's like something Yen has had for years, and has spent most of its life in Yen's boot.
Yeah.
I don't think you
Hey,
want that.
want this?
Would turn and
Want
look at what
this?
Yin's offering, and then just turn back to what he's doing and not say anything.
You sure you don't want this? I mean, it's pretty good. It's done me well. You sure?
Another
Alright.
option is, though, the stuff you don't want right now, you can leave here. Now, if you
Good
are
point.
leaving the planet in a hurry or this place gets destroyed, you don't have it. But the shock maul that you're not using, just put it in a shelf. You know,
Yeah.
the compact las pistol, you might as well leave it here if you're not wanting to haul it around everywhere.
Yeah, probably.
That might even be a weapon that might be worth giving to Caius, or well, maybe Caius, because Caius sneaks around sometimes and doesn't always need to use fire or something. There's options.
Doesn't need to, but Caius wants to.
Yeah.
I mean,
It very rarely goes bad for him. To be fair, he gets away with it a lot.
yeah.
So I'd probably leave my compact las pistol, shock maul, and 2 frag grenades at the base.
It's a good idea. You can have them for later.
Hmm.
Okay,
Sort of just
So-
move them.
with that, that's kind of all everything most of you have been doing over these weeks. You know, we got to swoosh through it. After nearly a week of excruciating surgery, Caius, you're pretty good with pain. The eviscerator strike did make you feel a twinge. This is painful. They are reactivating nerves that have been long dead, because if they aren't active properly, the cybernetic augments won't work. It might be a good pain.
Yeah.
In fact, I actually would love for you to make me a willpower check. Plus
Yeah,
0.
I've been
We'll see what
doing good
happens.
with checks lately.
Yeah.
so it's-
I'm
go
sure
well.
you won't go wrong.
Willpower? Okay.
Success with 5 degrees.
Nice.
So in fact, it's a good pain. You haven't felt pain like this for a long time. It's reinvigorating. You can actually lower your insanity score by 5 points. It sets
Nice.
your mind right. It lets you clarify. And while you don't understand what
does
Ohm
a
is
body
fretting
good.
about, the fact that Ohm is always looking over you, praying, probably helps in a weird way.
I was praying for the
At the
legs
end of
on
that
Caius.
yeah. At the end of the surgery, the Skitari legs are installed. If you actually see a Skitari's legs, they are just human enough, but they're
I'll
not
send
designed
up
to
on
be
the-
hidden. Yeah. They're not designed to be hidden. They're designed to be shown. They actually often have spikes and barbs on them as
Yeah.
well, and basically inbuilt armor. They are just cold metal. from the yours would actually start from the thigh down. And it's just like walking before, aside from you're actually noticeably faster and lighter on your feet.
Nice.
You almost move before you think about moving, is how intrinsic everything is. I mentioned it before, but you have the sprint talent and a bonus to agility checks whenever you jump or leap, because they just don't wear. They have a lot more sprint, they have a lot more run in them. And with that, you are also going to be lowered to, you know what, we did a whole roleplay thing, huge surgery, you're going to have no wounds left. You've been repaired during this. And also, by the way, yeah, you would have had your one wound taken away on all this time as well. Just enough sleeping. So, you know, it makes sense. You've had this whole surgery. You've been pumped full of blood and synth blood and stuff.
Nice.
At the end of the surgery, you can walk around on your new Skitarii grade bionic legs. It was a complete success.
Oh yeah.
What's next for the party?
I wanted
You
to
did
do
take a week off.
an influence thing with the skull.
Yes. Good point. What were you looking for?
Let me get my little checklist out here. Let's do. Let's see if we can find an auto sanguine.
So that's still going to be a negative modifier, even with your bonuses?
Oh yeah, -10.
Yeah. Yeah, just -10.
But as opposed to like what, a -30?
Mm-hmm.
So I'll take it. Ooh.
Yeah. You've been spending a lot of time with the medical biologists of the Mechanicus to get this all done. Your skull can make the right conversations with the right people and acquire the implants necessary for an autosanguine. Essentially installing a nanobot forge organ into your body that can rapidly produce nanobots that can repair your wounds. Now, this does need to be installed just like anything else. And it would take time. But you can secure that and like the device is very small, it's like a very small organ that will probably basically attach to your heart. But I don't know if you want to install it right now, because that would be more downtime for everyone.
No, if it can be secured, Ohm will leave it with the Explorator.
Yeah, you could
Mechanicus
basically have it like
reserved.
requisitioned.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely reserved. Cool.
Yeah. Could we just roll for the timetable on downtime, just so we
Yeah, how long it would take? Yeah, let me see. Oof, that one says it's going to be a while. That's going to be 2 weeks.
Okay.
Basically needs to sort your whole immune system out to do it. You're basically resetting your immune system, but with robots.
Yep.
So that will be a long time of downtime. That might be a when you're leaving the planet thing.
Yeah, no. We'll set that aside. All right, cool. Cross that off.
Okay. Party's all together. It's been a week. You don't really know how things have moved in the city during that week. You were following the trail of murders. There's this mercenary company. There's the disappearance of Ravella Pastello.
Ohm has that thing's head still.
The servitor, yeah.
Yeah, thought we wanted to look at that, but
Oh yeah, well, you can start looking at it now. New day,
yeah.
still good. It's a servitor head. It's not really going to go bad for a long time.
Yeah.
Do you want to give me a
Oh.
logic or tech use check? I would be tech use
Could
to interface with it.
could Ohm leave the neural whip and implanted monosword with the Mechanicus as well?
Yeah,
Not to give it to them, but just to
leave them
get it
here,
off
yeah.
his person.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ohm is getting a corner of this hab, just filled with pieces
Yeah.
of servitors.
Yeah, he's doing stuff. Don't worry about it. It's cool. What test did you want?
Tech use. No negative modifiers. +0.
Okay. Oh, I'll just do another fate point on that.
Hmm?
Oh, same result.
Same. Failure with 1 degree. You happy with that?
Yeah, I don't think I have any points left, so I have to be.
You are going to take 1 point of corruption. You start
That's
trying to work into the servitor's setup, and the servitor was exposed to the same psionic energy of the grenade, but not through a grenade. You don't really. So much of the inside of the data is scrap code now from it that it's pretty hard to interface with and get information direct from the source, which is a real shame because it would have given you a lot. But based on everything you could try right now, nothing can be gained.
Given that, Ohm would probably put it in some sort of container so it's actually sealed away.
Yeah. They have head containers in this pod.
Yeah, I'll just seal that bad boy up and put it aside for later.
Do not eat ohms.
Yeah, put his name on it.
Put the head in Tupperware. Okay. What does everyone else
Already,
want to do? So, like, the second that Caius is, like, done with surgery, Ohm just starts tinkering again with the heads.
Caius, how do you feel?
You know, like legs.
It's nice to see you up
Feels-
and walking
feels-
around.
Yeah. Feeling pretty good, honestly.
That's
Got
good.
some clarity of purpose from all that pain.
Okay. Yeah, I don't need to hear the specifics. Yen,
Yeah.
what did you get up to for an entire week?
Oh, you know, I did a lot of useful things to help everyone and everything like that.
Yeah, I'm sure you did.
And don't lie to Risa.
I'm sure you did.
Yes, you
Yeah.
do.
You know, my whole job is deciding who's lying.
Hmm. And what do you think I am?
Adorable.
Thank God, 'cause I was lying. I didn't do anything.
I know. I know. All right. Well, I think our next course of action should be to rendezvous with Erlene and ask if Erlene knows anything about these this group, this collective here. Barring that, we should investigate them on our own. Reasonable.
No complaints?
Sounds good to me.
That works out.
All right. Well,
Okay.
I think that's what we're gonna do.
Well, that means I think that's the end of the session. As we'll see what Erlene sees next week. You've survived an ambush and made some adjustments to your party.
We made some adjustments to the heretic too.
Yeah, this sprint talent that you got, Caius, is really good, by the way. Have you looked at what it
Nice.
does?
What does it do?
You can move, when you take a full move action, you move an additional number of meters equal to your agility bonus. And if you do the run action, it's double its usual amount. So your run speed used to be, 18?
Uh-huh.
No, 12. Now your run speed is 24.
Nice.
And your full move speed is 6. So, good to know.
I like that.
Yeah, super useful, especially if you need to climb or run out of any exploding buildings or ones that are falling down on you because you blew them up.
In fact, last time he did that, he didn't have his own body, so chances are next time he does that, he probably won't have his own body
Would be
again.
good for you.
Would have been good for me, yeah.
Worked out last time.
Awesome. We'll see what how the investigations can continue next week. But I think that's that for now.
That was so great. I'm so glad we got to interrogate somebody again. We very rarely get to interrogate anybody anymore. Everybody always just dies so quick. We had like a whole interrogation thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got to blast people.
That's like Caius' specialty.
Yeah. Sometimes I let him live.
Ohm got to play with the sword. Yen got to be useful, got to be an action hero unbeknownst to any of us.
Yeah.
I like just wiped out 2 people in one turn. No one even noticed.
Yeah.
They
Nobody
didn't
even
know they were
noticed.
threats.
Yen is the most damaging
Yen's
member of the party. With that
Yen's
hotshot
the
pistol.
meme in the left-hand corner of the party. Like, no one even knows that I can blast him.
And then,
Then they get
And then
attacked
we
by
turned
rats and
around
can't do
like-
anything.
come on, Ian, quit dicking around over there. We gotta go.
The one time you've seen me in combat was against the rats where I can't even use my pistol.
Yeah.
All we know of Yen is he gets beat up by rats.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
great. Yeah, that was
rat fight
awesome.
could have gone a lot worse.
Yeah, it definitely
Yeah.
could have. It
Just
looked like
wait
it
until the
looked like it
sequel.
might have. It's too bad they didn't go after me. I don't think those things could penetrate Rice's armor.
No, they mathematically couldn't. I'm pretty sure. I don't think they could.
Eviscerators. Or like gently rubbers.
Caius nearly died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Caius nearly got cut in half.
I'm doing great.
Too soon, Rice. Too soon.
The group does know
It's
that the
funny too
people that
because
I-
if you got slightly more damage, your leg would have been cut off, and the same thing would have happened at the end of the session, where Ohm got your robot legs. So
Yeah.
the timelines converged at that point.
It's true.
What this
Awesome.
really is just Ohm working towards making the rest of the party into Mechanicus like him,
Yeah, that's right.
or at least adjacent.
Mechanicus adjacent.
He's a lot friendlier with Caius now, for whatever that
The
that's
glorious evolution.
Yeah, that was great. Well, thank you so much, everybody. And thank you for all of our viewers here at Twitch. And for those of you who are listening and subscribing to our podcasts on Spotify and Stitcher and our VODs on YouTube, we really appreciate it. We're going to go around and give everybody a quick little shout out. But before we do, I just want to say thank you for being a part of the Fable Scraps community. Don't forget to follow us here on Twitch. And thank you for subscribing and hanging out and watching the show here. So, Ollie, take it away.
I'm Ollie, Ollie Rant on Twitch and Twitter, OLIRANT. On Twitch, I do variety streams. I also have my own show called Mind Over Matter. That's on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. BST. That's a lot of fun. It has some rolling guests. And just general variety streams on top of that. I have a board game series called Schism that's coming out later this year. And I'm very sleepy.
Same. Thank you, Ollie.
Yeah.
Lucid Fox.
My name is Lucid Fox. I stream the content sometimes, and I'll continue doing that every week. I am going camping tomorrow and excited to be away from the internet.
Awesome. Thank you, Lucid. Walk the Raven.
I'm Lock the Raven, like Lucid Fox, but Lock the Raven. I'm not going camping, but I do stream. And you can find me on Twitch and Twitter at Lock the Raven, spelled like it sounds, and also on Fable Scraps every Tuesday as Commander Herrick in Star Trek Loveless.
Awesome. Thank you. Next up is Enovan.
Hello there, I'm Enovan, a roleplay streamer here on Twitch. Typically I stream roleplay games, but I've been dabbling in a little bit more of variety games as of late. You can find me at twitch.tv/Enovan, that's ENEVUN.
Perfect. Thank you, Enovan. My name, of course, is Nicotine. I do a lot of roleplay on my own channel. It's twitch.tv/Nicotine, Nikadine. I do a lot of roleplay, a lot of political content, a lot of variety stuff. So I stream every day. Come hang out. And thank you very much for being a part of the show today. We'll be back next week and every Friday at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, here at Fable Scraps. Have a good week, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Farewell.